Welcome back to the GSL. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. And we just saw pretty straightforward TVZ there. Terran definitely better with those all-in builds. Zerg not able to hang on. So we're going to go on to the next TVZ for today. We have so many Terran versus Zergs in this tournament.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
A lot of Terrans and a lot of Zergs did qualify, so
I guess the only explanation is that we end up with a lot of those. Not a lot of Protosses left. Although the Protosses that are left are pretty damn good.
They are.
So we have the FruitDealer. I'm sure you guys know who that is against SC FOU. The FruitDealer from the team TSL, that stands for the SCV life. Because, you know, they work really hard like an SCV. Although Artosis made a very interesting point that actually they're in robot suits. So I think the drones,
easy.
The drones actually have to work a little bit harder.
They actually sit in a comfortable suit.
They do.
Yeah.
I bet those suits are air conditioned.
Of course they are.
Be.
There's lava maps.
Yeah. You can't be like, oh, sure it's hot in this big metal suit on this lava map.
Or something.
Like, oh, man, I should have put on some deodorant today because I am smelly.
Yeah.
So, you know, too bad they didn't make it, you know, the drone life. The
drone life,
TDL. No, actually doesn't really
TDL would be terrible.
That is kind of.
But TSL, man, it like overlaps with Team Liquid Star League.
I know.
So I'm going to get so confused. Imagine if one of them played in Team Liquid Star League.
Oh, that would just be difficult.
TSL FruitDealer in the TSL. It's like, what, in the team or in the tournament? I don't know.
It's already hard enough with these guys changing their IDs all the time. FruitDealer, Starcraft 1 pro gamer, formerly known as Cool. Now he's here dealing with
FruitDealer's better.
Oh, FruitDealer's like the best ID ever.
It's pretty good.
That ID is actually so
one
good.
of the best IDs.
It's right up there with Artosis
yeah,
and Tasteless.
exactly.
So we're going to get those players introduced here in a minute. Another news, I think Artosis and me need to get a haircut pretty soon.
I need a haircut.
We're getting a little bit, get some floppy hairdos going on here. Let's introduce the players right now. All right, on the left is the FruitDealer. On the right is SC FOU.
FruitDealer, what more can we say about this man that hasn't been said? He actually almost didn't make it into this tournament.
Yeah.
You know, I remember that. It was quite amazing.
All right, just quick update, Dan. So, you know, apparently my computer's been having some problems. So I guess you're going to be observing.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to change your settings to the good observer settings?
Yes, please do that for me, Basis. Anyways, SC FOU took out Lin 2-1, this Warcraft 3 legend, and so far, you know, FOUs have impressed us, and SC FOU impressed us as well. But I think out of all the FOUs, I was the least impressed by SC FOU.
Really?
But I was still impressed. So I mean, this is in no way like a backhanded compliment or anything. He's still a very good player, but when I don't think he impressed me as much as, you know, Lee Knock or Golden, who's out by the way now, and a lot of other ones as well. So
the maps for this lineup is going to be Xel'Naga Caverns, Steppes of War, and finally to go to a third game, Delta Quadrant.
Yes.
Steppes of War, not exactly the best map for Zerg against the Terran. Xel'Naga Caverns, you can make it work in Delta Quadrant. It's a lot of depends on positions, but there are certainly some spots where Zerg can have a hard time. So even though I would say that the FruitDealer is the favorite here, it's not going to be as easy based on the geography of the maps he's playing on.
Yeah, no, FruitDealer is not happy with these maps, but he's the FruitDealer, and we've seen before, this guy won games on Coolest Ravine.
Right.
You know, this guy has won games on some pretty hard maps.
Yeah.
So he is a Zerg that can almost look past any sort of deficiencies his race has on a map, and I think that he'll do fine.
So Artosis, are you ready to observe? By the way, I apologize. Normally I have it set to Windows key disabled, but
I wonder if they didn't see the first match. That would be pretty terrible.
I know. I hope that didn't happen,
I think
actually.
they did.
We were just informed.
Based on the questions that I saw, I think so. But
so you're going to be observing Artosis.
I'm nervous.
Are you ready?
Not really.
Are you ready?
I've never done this, Tasteless. Everyone be kind to me, please.
You don't crucify him. Because I could tell you from first-hand experience, when you go to bed at night after observing all day and all you know is that everybody in the whole world is mad at you because you didn't do a good enough job, you just lay there looking at the ceiling questioning who you are. Before you go to sleep and have nightmares that you're observing, and then you're in your underwear all of a sudden, you're like, why am I in my underwear? I'm supposed to be catching this game, but everybody's pointing and laughing at you.
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling, so hopefully you do a good job.
Wow, thanks for putting the pressure on me, Tasteless.
Yeah. If it gets bad, though, I can just reach across here and observe.
Oh, that'll go well.
I am the storm observer.
Have your arms over me. I'm like picking up my coffee in one hand.
Spilling tea everywhere and stuff. You'll do fine, Artosis. Hopefully we can get that fixed after this
Yeah.
this round.
Hopefully they are working on that.
You know the
Outback.
trick, right?
Blink, blink.
You got to use this button, hold it down, and you scroll around like that.
Oh, I watch you, Tasteless.
You watching?
I watch.
All
I
right.
watch the amazing Tasteless.
All right, well, get ready to watch Artosis Observe. The countdown started. Let's get this going.
It's time for my best Tasteless impression.
You introduce, please.
Here
You're
he
driving.
is, the champion of GSL 1, the winner of the FruitDealer vs. Boxer match at BlizzCon, the one, the only.
贴弦还讲述。
So you never know when your voice is going to come.
I know. It's
scary.
stressful.
All right.
And then we have over here, he beat Warcraft 3 legend Lin from We Made Fox. He is.
SC for you.
I don't need you, Tasteless.
You did a really good job of that, man. I'm quite impressed.
I watch you a lot.
You've been watching.
All right. Well, Tasteless, if you would.
Okay, so we got a ZVT right now. It's a one-on-one map. So occasionally we do see some pretty extreme strategies coming from these guys. Remember, we've seen a lot of Marine SCV rushes, all-ins, if you will, occurring here. So I would not be surprised if SC Foyu would prefer to deal with that instead of playing with a late-game FruitDealer.
Yeah.
Because his macro is just so solid.
Yeah, you know, it's a fine map for two barracks, rather. And I'm interested to see if FruitDealer is going to go hatchery first, because he is Zerg and he is technically Korean, and thus, by the law of Artosis, he should be going hatchery first because it's unsafe and that's what he likes to do. But we will see. We see a barracks going on.
Oh, right over here at the entrance.
At the choke here. And 15 supply, drone going to natural. I wonder, could it be? Is it going?
It's going to be a hatchery.
There it is.
You know, you got to eat a lot of calories to get a hatchery, to become a hatchery, rather. It's not easy.
Yeah, that's
that
quite true.
drone had to drink his protein shakes and stuff like that.
And we have two barracks going up for SC Foyu.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see if this is going to be able to kill the FruitDealer. Of course, there's a lot of different rushes you can do with the two barracks. You can either get a lot of Marines, you can start rallying right away. You might want to wait for a certain amount to just outnumber his early Zerglings. You may want to bring SCVs, you may not. There's a lot of different ways to go about this rush. So we see a Marine is making, it's going to rally straight up there. And FruitDealer's going to see that coming. He sees there's two barracks, so he's going to have to prepare accordingly. He does have the spawning pool going down. And the hatchery's going to finish up pretty quick. Notice blocking the SCV.
Don't use those arrow keys.
Okay.
It'll actually come up as blips on the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why you have to use the thing.
Okay.
I would just talk to John and Jay. We're going to try to get it back onto the original observing computer a little bit later here.
Thank God. All right, we do have drones coming down. He's going to want to return these minerals if possible before fighting.
Okay, we have Marines coming down here a little bit southward. 3 SCVs and a Marine, rather. Moving up.
He's got to be careful. 10 Zerglings are being made right now. Very good wall in. These Zerglings are going to have to target right on there. Oh, sorry. And we do have very nice surround here by the FruitDealer. Marine does make it out, but the Zerglings really pounding on these bunkers. The drone's doing a great job right now of holding these Marines back.
The drones, as Artosis said, indeed doing a great job. The Zerglings have broken through the bunker barrier that was set up at the bottom of the ramp. Terran is now turning around. I would not be surprised, though, if this is not the end of the Marine SCV rush here. Uh-oh, it sucks to be this Marine. See you in hell.
Yep.
Ouch.
And that's where they go, too. All right, so we see the Marine rush for now has stopped, but he can actually just keep making Marines. He's forced a lot of Zerglings out of FruitDealer.
Right.
It's going to slow his economy down. Let's take a look. He has drawn up quite well. Already made 2 queens. Here's one. The other one just about to pop out. And he is getting the gas. In fact, getting even a 3rd queen right away. Probably going to spread a little bit creepy like that. And also, a lot of times we see this followed up by double Banshee rushes. So you got to be careful about that as well.
All right, down here at the at our Terran's base, we got an expansion coming up here. Looks like he, if I see correctly, I believe he's going to be getting more barracks. Yes.
No gas yet.
No gas at all.
Shows the command center. Just keeps on making Marines, and he may just try to hit the really sick timing rush where you actually just, make a trillion billion Marines and go. Now, the FruitDealer, if he doesn't make anything that can stop that, he's going to need either roaches or Banelings, this map is not good for the spine crawlers, then it could get quite hard, Tasteless.
Yeah, it certainly could. Now, I'm really curious about this next step of the Terran. We still don't see any gas. Zerg is getting Zergling speed. Zerg is teching pretty gradually right here.
Yep. He's going very carefully about it, getting his economy up, getting his Zerglings up. A lot of Marines out here, Orbital Command going up. Double gas suddenly, but still producing. All right, these SCVs most likely for a transfer. I don't think they're throwing all in.
Maybe they are.
Well, it's definitely not an all in at this point. He's got SCVs at home. He's got 2 orbitals going on. His economy's actually quite fine. Baneling Nest is going up for FruitDealer. It's about halfway up rather. In the meantime, FruitDealer taking this 3rd base over here.
All right, looks like we're going to be able. We've solved the technical difficulty, so we're going to be back onto my computer observing right now.
Are we on your computer now?
Yeah, I was just queued. So
okay.
Sorry about that technical difficulty. Something wrong with. Well, hold that thought. I don't really care anymore because this game is heating up.
It is. The speed is not quite done. The Baneling Nest has finished, though. Thing is, this is a perfectly timed rush here by SC Foyu.
The Queens are over here. There's not enough links to really be that impactful. These drones are going to get picked off if the circuit. Actually, I think the FruitDealer.
And this is how you do it. FruitDealer in a lot of trouble here.
FruitDealer, unbelievable. I think he's actually going to lose this game unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, no, it's definitely looking like it.
One Queen goes down. Now, do we have Banelings on the way over here? I don't see any Banelings yet.
Nope, he is not making any Banes quite yet. He is bringing in more Speedlings, but this
2 Queens
should not be enough.
Don't forget, Terran's continuing to make Marines down here.
Oh, it looks like he may break through this little rush, but the damage has been done, Tasteless. More Marines are on the way already. And he just didn't have Banelings in time. You really do have to blindly make that Baneling Nest no matter what, because Terran can do things like make a command center, keep on making Marines, and then send them at you. So you need that quick Baneling Nest. FruitDealer has made a mistake here, and he has paid for it.
This is pretty ugly. The FruitDealer has almost no drones. Meanwhile, the Terran, well, he's certainly not really utilizing his expansion, but at the same time, he has so many SCVs.
Yeah, 27 to 18.
Yeah.
There are 16 Speedlings out, but at the same time, there's 11 Marines with 4 barracks going. Well, 2 of them are getting add-ons right now. But
Banelings being morphed over here. Terran does not appear to be entirely equipped to deal with this. This could be the comeback of the century from the FruitDealer himself.
You know, the Terran being very smart right now. SC Foyu making a bunch of bunkers. This is actually a really good way to stop this really later Baneling aggression. Here we go. He's going to go right into that bunker. And he's going to want... Oh, he loads up and...
Wow, very nice deflection.
Yeah. He lost some Marines, sure, but it's really not a big deal because he stopped all those Banes. FruitDealer's economy is pretty badly hurt, but he has droned up a little bit in the meantime. He has 23 drones against the 34 SCVs.
Pretty rough here for the Zerg. The Zerg base right now is basically naked. Any attack right now would do a ton of damage. As you can see, there's only 3 Zerglings. Those are the only attacking that's out for the Zerg right now.
Yeah.
Terran is playing it safe, but if Terran doesn't grasp this opportunity, this base could start to really pick up, you know.
Yeah, you know, FruitDealer just drones nonstop right now, but it looks like he's going to make more Zerglings. In fact, a ton more Zerglings, 18 being produced right now, as well as 2 Queens. So I think we're going to see FruitDealer kind of all in a little bit. I don't know, we'll see, Tasteless, but you know, if he did take this opportunity to drone up, it would still be a very hard game. We do have stim, we do have combat shields on the way, and SC Foyu's economy has been pretty much unhindered this game.
Yeah, that's quite true. Now, we don't know, SC Foyu does not have vision of this expansion here.
Yeah, he has not scouted that yet.
So he might think he's much more ahead than he actually is.
Yeah, I would imagine at this point he does.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this far ahead, the best bet is to just sit back and wait for your opponent to expand. But the reality of it is, our Terran player, our Zerg player, excuse me, has already expanded.
This is pretty cool, Taste. This is what I see going on. Notice that evolution chamber. Notice he has 3 Queens, 1 at each hatchery right now. I believe what we're going to see here is actually really cool. I think he's going to go up to layer pretty quickly here, and most likely just go speed Bane and try to end the game. Speedlings and Banelings. Yeah, he's just going to go.
He's actually going to expand again? Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
He's taking a lot of risks, but he realizes that's what he needs to do. And in fact, will he stay on this tech?
I think, he might not even get a layer.
He needs speed banelings, though. That's going to be the one hole in his plan.
Yeah.
I would love to see just 3 base Ling speed bane with that +1 carry base.
Once again, I got to say it, just like I said at BlizzCon, and when we casted the FruitDealer again, this guy's strategies are made of balls.
They are, and this is a risky one. We're going to have to see if he can hold off this rush by SCFoU. That's not where he wants to engage.
SCFoU.
FruitDealer running those drones.
Expansion.
He realizes. Running behind that tall grass, hoping he isn't seen.
Yeah, meanwhile, we got Baneling Cocoons coming in here. So even though he loses his expansion, the Zerg will take the gold.
That's right. We do have a lot of drones being produced right now by FruitDealer. And even though he's really behind, look at this. We're going to see a flank.
Oh my God!
Okay, SCFoU, that was what you needed to do to let FruitDealer have his shot back in this game.
Whoa.
FruitDealer has to feel very good. Move command for the loss.
Yeah, he should have been watching his army. Of course, you know, that's going to be a moment you're going to try to pin your opponent.
Oh, God. That was so much supply he just lost for almost nothing. 78 to 90 now. It was more like 120 supply before that. Totally crazy. And FruitDealer now droning up that gold base. His economy is going to be really sick here, and FruitDealer just kind of pulling himself by his bootstraps back into the game.
No kidding. I did not expect FruitDealer to survive this. I actually thought the game might have been over.
Yeah,
you saw the micro fight up here.
Well, it should have been if SCFoU just followed up strongly, but I mean, he did not stim there, he did not micro there at all, just had the move command on, lost all his units, taking out nothing.
Meanwhile, you got a scouting SCV looking around here. A medevac drop on the way over here, but FruitDealer spots it. Element of surprise sort of taken away there. And we have another medevac drop coming up this way. FruitDealer has a small lead, but that can all change if you get a drop out and take out a hatchery or a queen or a critical tech structure.
Now, this drop should draw some units far back, and at the same time, he's going to move up, try to hit this gold base. It's hard to deal with these drops with just, oh my, here we go. Up in the main base of FruitDealer.
Oh, deflected thus far, but we have another push coming down here at the bottom.
Pushes all over the place. SCFoU is all over the map. He's going to drop the natural as well. Now, the problem is, that is not all his units, but here come the Banelings.
He's going to clean up over here. Meanwhile, another drop coming down over there.
And FruitDealer, being magical so far, should be attacking that with his queens.
Baneling's death's going to go down.
Speed not done for the Banelings either.
Ouch.
Yeah, that is a painful loss there. Meanwhile, and back in the main base, we do have another drop here.
Wings are cleaning up these Marines, but there's another drop over here. He's going to try to go for this hatchery.
Good multitasking by SCFoU.
Nice job.
Baneling.
Yeah, no kidding. FruitDealer, 2 Marines and a Marauder, up here. Meanwhile, Sling's just streaming endlessly down here, but a second attack is happening.
Oh, man.
This might be too much for the FruitDealer to deal with.
You know, this is what happens when you don't have anything that hits air. Terran can just fly around with those medevacs, and it is so hard to stop. He just leaves them sitting there, as you see.
He's going to have to cancel this.
Yeah, definitely going to have to cancel that. And it hurts so much that his Baneling nest died before he got speed done.
Yeah, no kidding.
Speed Banelings are what you need to take something like this out, and he just does not have those.
FruitDealer comes down again, but I believe this may be his last battle with siege tanks. The splash damage quite good against Banelings.
That's right. The Banelings just not fast enough right now.
And that is bad. Meanwhile, back up here in the main.
Oh, man. Drones versus a 1-1 Marauder with a medevac? Yeah. Don't think so.
More Terran units grouping together down here. And they're going to get together and try to gum up, head northward. The FruitDealer's still very serious about expanding, but I don't think there's any way that the FruitDealer can recover now.
Yeah, it's beginning to look like a pretty hard situation here for FruitDealer. I think what we may see here is a little jump over to Mutas, see if he can't buy time with the Mutalisks, get your Banelings speed up, and try to do something with it.
He is finally going to take out that Marauder and Medevac. That was really a thorn in his side. Meanwhile, a drop over here canceled. Even though he could have saved it with the Mutas, this army of this big ball of Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs would have cleaned it up pretty easily.
Now the Mutas are growing in number. He has a lot popping out. He's got to run those away, though. You don't want to lose them. Oh, no. Loses
Ouch.
3 Mutas there. That is just so expensive for really nothing. And SC Foyu taking the gold base. He's going to have a much, much, much bigger economy, a much bigger army. Things are looking pretty bad for our hero, the Fruit Dealer. It's 85 supply against 144. SC Foyu has 1-1.
Uh-oh.
And
we have a counterattack over here inside of the main. You got to be careful in a moment like this. Mutalisks are cleaning up some stuff over here. Meanwhile, Zerglings just doing whatever damage they possibly can.
Here comes the Terran army, though. The Mutas are going to have to get out of there. Zerglings, though, they are trapped, Tasteless.
They're trapped.
They have nowhere to go. They've been abandoned. No Zergling left behind. Yeah, right.
Now we have the Mutas regrouping. I think he wanted to get his opponent's army out of position and try to attack what would soon be a planetary fortress.
Taking out the turret. Oh, he's just not doing enough. You can just tell he's far behind. These actions he's doing with the Muta are actions you would see in the early mid-game, but now we see them in the late mid-game because he's just so far behind from all the early rushes, and they just aren't as effective. They aren't doing the job enough.
Ouch. Again, the Zerg is just trying to get a third base up. Meanwhile, this base is almost untouchable. He's trying to get a few SCVs over here, anything he can do to get some kind of a lead.
Fruit Dealer touching the untouchable, Tasteless. Much like testing the hot skillet on an oven, you gotta do it at least once.
That's right. Wow, Artosis. Powerful metaphors here from Artosis at the GSL. I think this is almost over. Fruit Dealer's doing a good job, but sometimes doing a good job just isn't enough.
No. Sometimes you have to have done a good job all game instead of just, right now. But we do have a counterattack here. A lot of speedlings coming in.
I have to admit, the counterattacking is working. It is stopping SC Foyu from getting the finishing blow up on his opponent. Oh.
Yeah. The problem is all the units he loses. Oh. Horses of Stem, though. That's quite nice. But look at the supplies. 89 against 169.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what units he has. You don't win that for Dealer. But he does have that third base up, Tasteless. Yeah. Such an impressive guy.
No, there's no doubt in my mind Fruit Dealer is still a very awesome Zerg. He does still have a chance in the next 2 games. Hopefully he can play a little bit better in those 2 games.
You know, unfortunately for Fruit Dealer, this is really the map he wanted to win on no matter what. He's going to be very upset with this loss.
Well, Steps of War is the next map, unless I'm mistaken. That is going to be the map from Hell in a TVZ. So once again, the Fruit Dealer stuck on 2 bases. The Zerg always wants to be ahead in bases.
Yeah.
There's really no situation where it's like, oh, it's okay, you can 1 base this. Very rare, at least.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the Terran is just doing a good job of starving out the Zerg.
Those drones have no chance.
I think after this big battle, that's going to be it. There's really no way you can stop this big Terran ball, this critical mass of Terran units, as much as you want to counterattack, and he's going to do that. And oh wow, looks like he will get the planetary fortress. Nice job, but
small victory for Fruit Dealer.
Yeah, he did lose the war.
Well, Fruit Dealer has lost the first game against SC Foyu. Foyu tasteless.
Foyu is dominating. You know, the Fruit Dealer doesn't seem to be that shaken up, so maybe he'll do better this next time around. But
hopefully, he's got to have something prepared.
Yeah.
For Steps of War. That map is hard, Zerg vs. Terran.
That map is, I think, the hardest ZBT map.
It is.
To be totally honest,
certainly.
That map is
a
real
much
bitch
better
to
map
play
for
on.
that. Yeah.
So, Fruit Dealer. I'm getting worried about our Fruit Dealer, man.
Yeah.
One of the favorites for the whole tournament, the champion of Season 1. Now facing against one of the members of Foyu. Foyu is just so good. And I don't know. This is going to be very difficult. If the Fruit Dealer wins the series, that is like one of the most epic comebacks ever.
Yeah, I mean, Steps of War and Delta Quadrant, these are the maps Zerg's thumbed down against Terran in the old system where you could thumb down maps. So, FruitDealer, these are the 2 maps that he was more unsure of. The Zelnaga game was really a game he needed to win.
Right.
But he got outplayed, man. He did not make the Baneling Nest.
Right.
Hard situation.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see FruitDealer play a little bit better. I know a lot of you FruitDealer fans are watching. Get some fruit ready. What better to eat than when you're watching the FruitDealer? Fruit is nature's candy. Did you know that? Some strawberries, some bananas. Yeah. You can eat healthy.
Yeah.
Save the Pop-Tarts and the pizza rolls for one of the next games. Get some fruit. It's good for you. Vitamin C. What are the vitamins that have Artosis?
D.
E. Yes, it does. The game's actually started, so we're probably going to get this game going pretty soon when the Korean commentators are ready to wrap it up, which should be pretty soon.
I hope so, because I'm watching the game right now.
I know. I'm actually in the game. They've already made a second round of drones, so get ready.